live sometimes takes a few minutes to hit everything, so
Yeah.
we'll kill those minutes right now by thanking you for coming. Thanks for joining us. We'll catching up with everyone. We're so excited to be here today. We're going to give a few minutes while all our stuff and people to hop on and get things going. We have a really awesome topic today, so we're excited to share it with you guys. Lots of awesome ideas, lots of awesome things that will help you in your life. So we're excited to present it. We're excited to have you guys with us, and happy Tuesday. We're so happy to have you guys here, and we hope you had a chance to join our MindYouphoria Facebook group. And those of you, most of you know us, and if you don't, I'm Roll Weiss, and this is Julie Tunador. We're both certified hypnotherapists. We help people with all range of different things going on in their lives to process things in just a little different way than you might, from a traditional talk therapy or other ways of that. And here we come on Tuesdays and share with you guys mindfulness, positivity, and just ideas to get you thinking, things that'll help you in your everyday life to just feel better and have a better, make things easier. We want life to be fun. Right? We want you to have a fun time with it and really enjoy things. So if you haven't had the chance to experience our awesome 2 free meditations we have, make sure you join our MindYouphoria group through our website, and just know that those are there for you to help. There's one of them is about letting go, and it really helps you let go. We'll be adding more things as we go. So become a MindYouphoria member. It's really cool. It's free, and it'll help you just do different things like let go or create coherence in your life, which is a really important topic, and actually goes a little bit into today's topic. So yeah.
Yes. And it's Tuesday, so it's still the beginning of the week. So no matter what happened yesterday, it doesn't matter. This is a new day, a fresh start, and we're just happy to have you all here hopping on. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Walt. Good morning, Melanie, Judy, everyone who is on here. We're so happy to see you. We love this community, the support, and this oneness. So we're excited to get into this lesson today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the reason, we'll kind of hop into this a little bit today is, the importance of this topic feels even more profound today in this pandemic, in these times. We're really wanting to go in and discuss this important law that is absolutely key to manifesting your desires. If you want to work with the law of attraction, if you want to manifest more in your life, whatever it is, this is really the key thing that must be understood and practiced in order to be successful. And all of that is great. But the bonus is it feels so good right now in these times where we've all been feeling a lot of disconnection. We've had less time doing the things that we used to do, spending time with people, our activities that were regular and routine for us, whether it was just simply joining a yoga class or going to the gym or, grocery stores even. And now I know so many parents who have their kids in school, and it's this weird situation where, you have to wear a mask and drop off and run. And, there's no standing around and chatting. And there is a lot of disconnection in these times. And we're excited to bring this to you today and create more of what we all need, what we're all missing, that connection, that oneness, and simply a bonus of what else that can bring into your life. So let's dive into it. And I think, the best way to demonstrate what we're talking about today is simply to tell a story. And I don't know if any of you here, you can let us know in the chat if you want to, have ever heard of a medium named Thomas John. He's out in New York City. He's a, pretty well-known medium, and, just so many great things have come from him. And I followed him and still do, but years and years ago, I was doing some trainings and some teaching with him. And he shared an experience with me that was so profound. I mean, it was just a simple thing that he did in one day, in one moment, but it really changed things for me. And I want to share that story here with all of you today. He, being in New York City, people love their coffee, right? So he was in line to get coffee, and there was this woman in front of him, or sorry, she was behind him, and she was just, oh my gosh, what is taking so long? How is it so hard to make coffee? What's wrong with these people? Do they not know how to make a cup of coffee? I mean, and everyone in line was kind of giving her the eyes, like, oh my gosh, just kind of judging her. And then of course the people making the coffee, they could just hear her yelling all these things at them and her impatience, and he could get a sense of the nervousness of the people working there for her to get up there, and how she was going to treat them and what she was going to say. So he just stood there taking it all in. And when he went up to buy his coffee, he paid for his coffee, and then he just gave the cashier extra money and said, whatever she orders, it's on me, and just keep the rest. And he went and he sat down and he was enjoying his coffee. Well, she hadn't even noticed him because she was so in her mind and just, obviously enraged, not having a good day, not in feeling good. And it was pretty obvious. So she didn't even notice him. She definitely didn't notice that he had, paid for her food and drink. And so she went up, and when she went to order, she was not the kindest to the person taking her order. And when the person said, okay, here's your coffee, and, the gentleman ahead of you already took care of everything, she just kind of stopped and she froze for a moment. And it's like she came back into her body, into the present moment. Her energy completely changed. She apologized to the man working there. And then when she walked out, her energy was completely different. And he was just sitting there, getting to witness this, getting to witness the energy change for her, the energy change for the people working there, the energy change for everybody in line, just by him simply not doing what the other people were doing, not judging her, not feeling any uncomfortable feelings around her actions or her words, but he just treated her with love and compassion, thinking, wow, she must be having a really difficult day. I would love to do something kind for her today. And he did it. And it really changed the energy of everything happening in the whole entire building. And you can imagine that went forward into her day, into other people's days, and how much that's even impacted me by him sharing that story years ago. I've started practicing this and doing this. And when I see somebody who is clearly having a bad day, my mind doesn't go to, oh, look at that person, or wow, that was rude. I find this natural place inside of me of, what can I do for that person? Gosh, something must have happened this morning or yesterday, or they must have something big going on in their life to have these big feelings. So I just wanted to pass that story on to you.
I love that. It's such a, it really kind of underpins what we're going to be talking about, this connection we all have to one another, this kind of foundational law of the universe, that there is the law of divine oneness, right? That's what it's called today. That's today's topic, is the law of divine oneness. It's really that important. It's like the you said the MVP of the foundational law of the universal laws of manifestation, of law of attraction. It's the one from which all the others are kind of built upon. And we're going to talk about these over the next few weeks to get you knowing about it and really thinking about it and seeing how you can implement this into your life to attract more abundance, more, better thoughts, better feelings. Because wouldn't it be nice to see someone getting angry, and instead of judging, have that compassion? It's such a beautiful thing. It's really one of these ideas that just kind of underpins everything for as far back as we can remember. This idea of a oneness stretches way further back than written history, than oral tradition. Than, it's this idea that's so ingrained because we feel it. We feel it from the moment where we enter this reality. It's that there's there's some sort of energy, a force that connects all of us together. And so it's this feeling you get when you help out another, that kind of like warm hug from the universe when you're just expressing love. And you're not expressing it to like someone you love. If you express it to a stranger, you get that too, right? And that's because there's that energy. We are all interconnected. From the moment we're born, really. We include people. We learn later to like create separateness between us because we get hurt, or someone does something, or someone says something mean, or a parent says, "Oh no, don't play with that person." And it's other people's judgments that creates judgment within us. We aren't really born with it. We kind of just love when we come out. We're just creatures of love.
Yeah. And that's why right now, even this is so profound, because even if you're the type of person who really does like having your alone time, having your time at home, you're missing that oneness. You're missing that connection. We all are. And it just brings to light how important this is, because we notice and we feel, we have a sense of what we're missing every day during this pandemic. So it's just amazing. And we all want to manifest our greatest desires. Those of you who believe in the law of attraction and those of you who don't, look into it more. It's real, it works, it's there. But this is the foundation. This is the key. And this law of oneness must be really understood and practiced first. It's the key to everything. This law goes in to basically explaining and stating that we are all connected through creation. So simply being created. Think about everything in the universe. Think about, everything that is. Every single atom inside of you is connected in some way, shape, or form to the rest of the universe that you move through each and every day. And how amazing is that? And this means that everything we do, just like in that story, has a ripple effect. It impacts the collective, not just yourself, not just, that one person, but it really has a collective impact. So this law is saying that beyond our senses, every thought, every action, every event in some way is connected to anything and everything else. And that's pretty amazing.
I mean, it really is, because when you connect to that source energy, well, it feels really good. And this is actually really kind of what kind of binds us and binds like the doctrines of most religions, right? It's like that there's a source of collective awareness that binds all things to the environment through a single divine source. In religion, you might call it God. In science, it might be referred to as the 0-point energy field, right? These things are similar. They're like the same ideas, this energy that is, this primordial stew of this, I guess, a natural lake of energy, right? That doesn't exist on our surface level of reality, but it exists on a level beyond the periphery of time and space. And so this is such a beautiful topic, such an awesome idea. I love it. In spiritual communities, there's like connecting to source. Right? We're talking about the same thing here. So it's not sometimes people are just like, oh, that doesn't sound like it goes with my religious values. Well, it does. It's just just call it connecting to God then. Or if you don't believe in that, call it connecting to source. But it's the same thing, that there's an energy, this oneness, a divine source of energy that extends beyond the peripheries of time and space here. So you've all felt it. We've all felt it at some point, and there's ways to feel it even more, like meditation. It's one of those things for a lot of people. The first time they feel that connection again from when their children already feel it, but you kind of forget about it, and then you're older and you're like, oh, let me try this meditation thing. So you're like, oh yeah, I feel connected to stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, I remember now. So it's just that the idea that all things are connected through this universal life force energy, that there's a oneness, a togetherness, a peace, that everything is a component of something more divine. So I think of it like I was saying, a natural lake of energy that's just there beyond our time and space. It's this unified field that underpins everything. So there's some awesome authors, like some of you might know, like Lynn McTaggart. She discusses the science of this global field that underpins everything, and how our intentions go into it. Einstein used this idea of a unified field to establish his theory of general relativity. Right? This 0-point field is a fullness. It's a fullness that from which all probability, everything is possible to come through it. So this, you might have also heard of like quantum entanglement. This is that everything is linked to everything else. It's closely coupled. So, and there's awesome studies that show quantum entanglement that are just absolutely fascinating. If you take two particles or two molecules and they're entangled on the quantum level, they will share the same properties. They'll share the same spin, polarization, momentum. And so this effect, right, when they're together, right, they're polarized, but even when you separate them far distance, well, they still share the same spin, polarization, momentum. And so this is how Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. And that gets quoted a lot in this, and in our worlds of this, because it is, right? It's kind of spooky that two things that are entangled with each other, even though they're separated by time and space, are still connected. So this entanglement, exists on many, many levels. So, and because, the belief is that quantum coherence of particles exists beyond the time and space, right? They're not changed. It's not directly like, oh, it's right here in this moment. And this has been proven with some really interesting studies where this was actually Lynn McTaggart's book. I'm sure Julie, I know you've worked with Lynn McTaggart, so you know a lot more about this work. But I read this one in one of her books. I just thought was fascinating, where they prayed for people in this hospital, and they were measuring like how they all had sepsis, and they sent intention for healing to a certain group, and the other group they didn't. And they were able to measure the one that they sent the intentions to had, got better faster than the ones that didn't have the intention sent. The weird thing is that this was done in 2001, and the people in the hospital, well, they were there from like the 80s and 90s. So it wasn't even bound by time, right? So you can send intention to things in the past to help heal it, to help change it. And that's one of those crazy things beyond, like, from just this work, that you can see that time and space doesn't really matter when it comes to this positive intention, this love, this interconnectedness, this interwoven nature of our reality. So yeah.
I love it. It's the retro intention, and just
retro intention.
let that sink in with yourself for a little bit, that wow, what that means for you in your life and those around you. It's pretty profound.
So it's kind of one of the main points we want to hit here is that, is that awareness more than anything, that everything is interconnected, interwoven. There's some universal source that's like an all-encompassing, oneness to how we live. Humans as a species, we kind of grow in this way. When we have positive thoughts, we kind of sow more positive thoughts, more positivity, and everything is kind of it's there. So if we want better things in our life, we need to have that knowing, that kind of faith. In religion, it's called faith, right? It's just that or knowing an intention of growth, of attracting more love, more positivity. Because if you feel low, how can you get that feeling of that high, right? It influences the whole, however you're feeling, and that influences then others, right? Think of the person in the coffee shop. They felt so bad that they took down the energy of everything around them, because of this law of divine oneness, that we are all interconnected, and we feel that pain of others. And so that's really the underpinning of this law of divine oneness, that if you're if you're in your pleasant spirits, well, you can take control and be in this state of positivity, and that affects the whole. That affects the totality of all of us. And so it's our, almost our duty to do our best to bring in more positivity, more love, more better thoughts, feelings, just to make, not just for ourselves, but because it affects those around us.
Yes, absolutely. And here is the fun part. So now thinking about how some of you might already be thinking of ways or things that you've done or could do. Others might be thinking, wow, how can I more practically apply this in my life to help myself just feel better, feel more connected in a time of disconnection, feel that oneness. Also to help yourself tap into that law of attraction and manifesting your desires. And the key to this and how you can do this is simply by being more compassionate with others and to truly recognizing that we are one. It doesn't matter what religion or age or color skin or, you know what I mean? None of that matters. We're all one. We're so connected even to the tree, to the, things in nature, to animals. Animals know this. If you've ever had or been around a dog, you just look into their eyes and they are one with you. There's a complete connection there that seems easier for a child, an animal, and trees to tap into. We have this conscious mind that can get in our way sometimes. So we're today just, calling upon these principles so that you can use them for your own self-improvement, for manifesting your desires, for tapping into that law of attraction, and, simply making a difference in your life and in others. So there are a few questions that we want to give you here that can help you to tap into this oneness even more. And one of those questions is, how can I show more compassion, love, and acceptance toward those that I don't understand? So just like in that moment of the coffee shop, when something's taking place, ask yourself that question. Wait a minute, how can I show more compassion, love, and acceptance? Even if I don't understand where this person's coming from, even if I don't know this person, or if I do, and I just disagree. Second question would be, what would love do? And I love that question. What would love do? Because if you ask yourself what love would do in any moment, just in asking that question, you're in the oneness, just like that. And then another question that might help in different circumstances is, how would I want or hope to be treated if I were that person in that moment? And this can be it can be past an individual. It can be in this pandemic, simply asking yourself, how would I want or hope to be treated? What do I need right now? And trying to send that to an event, a person, a situation, whatever it is. So these questions will really help you to tap into this oneness. And now Earl and I want to invite you. This is the go technique for today. We want to invite you to just create one small act of kindness today. And this doesn't have to be anything huge. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be buying someone something, or maybe you're thinking, I'm going to be working from home today all by myself. How am I going to do this? You can do this. You can find a way, even in something as small as a genuine compliment, a moment of connection with somebody, of just really listening, hearing what they have to say, what they experienced, how they're feeling, showing empathy. There's definitely a way, whatever your circumstance and situation is. So we're inviting you today just to create that one small act of kindness and share it with us. Share in the group. We'd love to hear what we're all creating. We would love to create this oneness with you in our community. If each of us go out today and we create this one small act, think about, this is us in this small community, the ripple effect that we can have right now and how much that's needed. So enjoy the oneness. And, we're looking forward to seeing you back here next week at, again, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Mindful Morning Minutes, Mindfulness and Positivity. And if you haven't already, please join the Facebook group for more updates, freebies. And if you haven't become a member yet of our membership, it's free to become a member. And I highly, highly encourage doing it, because there are 2 free hypnosis up there right now, and we're adding more stuff every week. But if you want to get into this oneness even more, there is a heart coherence meditation that's there for free. So I encourage you to just take 15 minutes for yourself, 15 minutes, and listen to that. And that will bring you immediately into the state of coherence within, into that oneness, that flow with the universe, those around you, that connection. So if you want to take this a little bit further, go there and declare that 15 minutes for yourself.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will catch you guys next week. Thank you so much. Make sure to, share this with your friends, family, people that can use this. We want our community to keep growing, and we'll be here sending out, our message of love, positivity, giving you guys some, helping you think about ways that you can make your life even better. And so we'll see you guys next week, and share this content with people. We'd really appreciate it. And have a great week.
This is our ripple effect. This is our opportunity, what we do to create oneness. This is how we impact. So we appreciate you being here and sharing it, and much love and gratitude. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next Tuesday.